What's going on, everyone? Oh, geez, my phone was beeping with the emergency line test. Strange, of course, of all the times, right when I'm starting. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, how's it going? Happy, oh my God, what day is it today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all are doing well. And over here on this end of the pond, we are working hard to build ourselves our 100 million, start $1 million business. We'll start there. Trying to build a company that generates $1 million of revenue every single year. And so far we are, I think we've actually probably just surpassed 100K in the calendar year. At least, could we say within the year? Maybe not within the calendar year, but definitely 100K worth of contracts since we started, because some of the stuff is kind of recurring payments. Anyways, so that's like 10%, not too bad. But yeah, so anyways, we'll get on to, we're going to have like dedicated, I think, days of just talking like about finances and different things. So that way I think, yeah, a little bit more organization, I think, into the stream is in order. Anyways, that's really exciting. That's good. That's good news. Always nice to have money. Things like food, rent, somewhat important. There's a few ideas and thoughts about how to even get rid of those things in terms of line items on a budget. But one thing at a time. Could you imagine living somewhere just on your own house, on your own land, with your own garden, your own food, no hydro bill, no electricity bills, no food bills. You're just growing your own food. You got your own animals. You got your goats, your chickens. Just on a lake out there in the forest. The dream. Anyways, we will get there. That is the dream. Not being dependent on anyone or anything for anything. And you can just live off the land. And then from there, helping the neighbors, helping out the community, food for everyone. Anyways, big dreams, but one day at a time. And today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting back to our style deck or our style sheet, our style guide, which we're working on. And before I get to that, I want to talk about the components. So there's two reasons why that I thought about building a Webflow components library. The first one, of course, is that I use Webflow all the time and I make websites, and it's good to have a library of components and just pieces I can drag and drop that I know are relevant to like the design that I want, right? Whether, like, for example, right here, there's just a four column like blog post, just section, right? You just copy and paste that component. So that's the first reason. The second reason is like, okay, well, this is in the future. That could be something that, I get a nice component library. Then I could just create some kind of membership site or just have access to it for, $100 or whatever, gets you unlimited access to my components, whatever. They're constantly being iterated and new ones are coming along all the time, whatever the case may be, right? So you're basically a product to sell. So that's all well and good. But one thing I've just been thinking about is for my components, I find it difficult to just kind of think of, maybe I haven't really spent much time just sitting down and thinking about it. It's a little bit difficult thinking about like what components to build when I don't actually have them like married to a specific project. So it's like creating components for the sake of creating components. But when they're outside of the idea of how it fits in with like a project, I find like it just makes things too generic. And when things are too generic with web design, you just end up looking like everybody else. Because a lot of designs, somebody sees somebody else's design and really likes it and emulates it, puts it into the website. Nothing wrong with that as well too, getting inspiration and whatever. I'm not knocking that at all in any way. But if everyone's drawing from the same kind of idea, then everyone just kind of starts to look the same. So when I'm thinking of components, a lot of things that I'm thinking of, they end up being very generic, right? At least for now, the first part that I've been thinking about. So an idea that I have too is, because I don't want to start selling components anytime soon, is, at least that's not the plan anyways. If something happens, then something happens. But the idea that I have is that as I'm building websites, that I build specific things that I know that I use, I can take that and then I could strip them down into their bare bones and then have those as frameworks, which then I can reuse. So it's like I could just develop the library over time of things that I've actually used in specific projects and that are built in a way that kind of fit my style and fit the work that I do. So that's what I was thinking about. I don't know. We'll see and we'll take a look at it. Because it's easy enough to go on template sites or what have you and just look at all the different sections and how people lay out things and just basically copy and paste a bunch of different components just for the sake of having more. And I don't know. I don't find that very valuable. I don't think so. Yeah, and maybe it's just the way that I am, the way that I think, the way that I work is I don't necessarily, and this could be a good thing or a bad thing, I don't necessarily work to try to be as efficient as possible in the sense of how much time I'm spending on a web project versus, how much money like a client could be paying me. Is I want to put forth 100% effort in every project that I do and give it my best so that I can produce the best quality of work, right? So, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. So when I'm trying to produce the best quality work, I'm not really worried about how much time I'm spending, which means that I don't really have to worry about I need to use a specific components or whatever because I need to cut down how much time I'm spending because I spent too much time. And if you're always worrying about how much time you're spending on a client and you're not giving yourself enough runway to be able to complete a project, then you end up cutting corners and then you just end up, that's when you just kind of end up looking like the same, looking like everyone else in your designs or your builds, right? So, yeah, I don't know. That's just something I was thinking about, and something I want to make sure that I don't fall into is just being like an agency or web designer that's just like everywhere else, right? Like if you want to come to Pixel, it's because you're going to get something that is unique and that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else. And I don't know what that is yet, and I don't know how to. Yeah, I'm still thinking about how to differentiate myself from every other single web designer that's out there, right? And that's going to have to do with marketing and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm definitely going to need to spend more time thinking about that and thinking about how I'm going to market things. Because I know, obviously, we talked about YouTube videos, and those YouTube videos I want to do for sure in terms of marketing my skills as a web designer. But I think there's something else that is missing or something else that can be done in terms of how I could really differentiate myself from other people. And one thing, yeah. So anyways, I have some ideas. I'm still fleshing them out. And I think I'll speak to them in a little bit. Hang on a second. This alert is not stopping until I hit OK. It was just a test emergency alert, so nothing's happening, which is good. Okay. So, with all that being said, let's get back to designing our style guide. Because for me right now, this is something that's even more important than components right now. Because, I start a new project. I kind of have to redo these things every single time. So, and I don't want to do that anymore. Okay. All right. And we were working on, is this thing? No, that's okay. So we were working on our colors and getting these all sorted out. Primary, secondary, and accent. Right. We had primary light, primary dark. And then now I think we want to just do secondary, right? Yeah, and then we'll figure out some actually good buttons, good colors for these things. Okay, so how did I have these done? So I think we have. So we need to do this one. Okay. So we need accent light background. this is a light, I think, right? Yeah, maybe something like this. Call this accent light. Okay. And then I think we have accent light. And accent light text. Primary dark background, accent light background. And then accent light text. We'll go to color and accent light. Ooh, that's a hideous color. That's like more like a skin tone kind of color. Anyways, not here to worry about whether the colors are good or bad right now. Accent dark background. We need to create something a little bit more into the pumpkin color. Accent dark, just accent dark. It's good. Create. Good. Okay. Accent dark text, right? And let's go to color. Oh, that's the background. This color here. Okay. Color swatch. Accent dark background. Oh, I totally forgot about secondary. Accent dark. Paste. So let's go secondary dark background. Actually, we'll start with light. Okay, so the dark background. Right, this is dark. Oh. Oh. Secondary dark. And secondary light. Secondary light. Create. So secondary light. Secondary dark. Secondary light text. Secondary light text needs to go to text. Okay, and then here, oh, no, it's right here. Secondary dark text. And then color. Secondary dark background. Secondary light background. Okay. So I think I think it'll be good to have. Yeah, how many? I'm thinking now of like your darks, like your blacks and your grays. And how many we should have. This should really say grid 8. I'm just trying to think how many I want to put in. I mean, you have black and white. I think I'm thinking 3 dark, 3 light would probably be good, which means like 6. So let me copy this. Oh, what just copied? Not what I need to be copied. Okay. Is this thing not saving? Okay, no, it's saving. Can I duplicate this one, please? Thank you. Okay. So we're gonna go black. And then here we're gonna go white. And you're going to be deleted, and you're also going to be deleted. And then, if we just had something like this, like dark 1, dark 2, light 1, light 2. Where they're coming in like this, where the dark 1, 2, 3, 4 is getting lighter and lighter, and then the light 1, 2, 3, 4 is getting darker and darker. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. We'll start there, and I think that's a really good starting point. It's very rare that I use more than that in terms of dark colors. Usually like black will be for headings. Text will be like the dark text could be for like I'd usually black or a dark 1 here for headings, and then the text will be dark 2. And then there could be something, it could be black for headings, dark 1 for text, and then dark 2 for things like captions. And then, but the light 2 might also work for captions. It just depends on how light it actually is. And then light 1 is usually for accent. Like if it's a white background site or a light background site, then this light 1 would be the background for that. And then of course white is just white. Okay. All right, well, let's just keep going here. Going down the list. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we have black. Instead of dark, maybe I should just call it black 1. Because it's not, like, dark is still too ambiguous, right? This makes more sense. There we go. Oh, something happened. How did I get to there? White 1. Okay. So black is pretty straightforward. The background is black. I should make a swatch, right? There. Pretty straightforward. Oh, I should say, just rename this to black background. And then white background. Which will just be white. I should put a border around it. And color swatch. We're gonna make, okay, hang on. Go to white, make the swatch, make it white. There we go. We're just going to black text and color is going to be black. And we're just going to make this black text just because. If it was white, you wouldn't be able to see it. I guess we could have put it in the background. We could do something like this. We could do like black background and then do the text white text, which we don't have yet. Nope, not that. We want to do this. Yeah, but that just looks silly. So we're just going to do this black text. Okay, so right. Black one background. Okay. Background color. I guess we'll keep it on the grayscale. Just to make it obvious, I guess. So black one. Just to make it obvious so that if I'm going to change this when I'm actually creating the style guide for the project, then I can just come in here and I'll know what's what. Okay, so black 2 background and background, maybe something like this. Okay, black 1 background, black 2 background. Okay, black 1 text. I might rename like the text to just say black 1 instead of having to put text in front of everything. We'll see how everything ends up, how things play out. Color, this is black 1, I think. It's not showing the name. Yeah. Did I rename? Oh, I didn't rename that one. Okay. And this is black 2. I gotta black 2 text. I gotta create it. No, not there. Right here. Black 2 text. Color. Let's edit this one. Black to save. Okay. Now we want white to background. I don't know, something like that. And white 1 background. I might even change these to just be like, you know, grayscale, like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, something like that. Maybe. Okay, what am I looking at here? White 1 background. Yes, I gotta make it. Okay, something pretty light. And that's for the background. Yeah. No, I need to. That's white 1. Yep. Okay. Color swatch. White 1 background. White 2 background. And white 2 text. Color. Which one's white 2? I didn't make a white 2. Why did I not? Whoop. Why did I not do that? White 2. Is that correct? Yes, but it needs to be actually white 2. And this one here needs to be white 1. White 1 text. Color white 1. Okay. So what do we do with buttons? Let's just do this for clarity's sake. In fact, these should all be in like a section or something like that. Anyways, so button. So that's a primary button. Let's call. Ooh, I already made stuff for buttons. That would be, let's look at where this is. Right. Very plain Jane. Right. Interesting. So I think what would make sense? Would it make sense? Yeah, okay. So what do we want the button to have? I think yeah, that's good. I mean, I feel we can keep it standard at 700 because I'm not going to have 600 fonts for everything. So we have buttons. Let's take out any color. Nothing for the text, because what we're going to do is I think we're just going to give it do we want to give it primary background? Yeah, I guess we can do that, eh? So this one, bottom one, bottom two. I mean, with the buttons, you could add any class associated to it to bring out the colors, you know, primary background. But if I wanted, you know, accent, text, you can just do that, right? So there's no need to create a bunch of different buttons, because when I'm creating them, they'll just be there. So I mean, yeah, and then I think another one then would be like the reverse button, right? Where oh, this one might be interesting though. Because of the border, right? I might have to put a border on all of them. Okay, so button. Let's do a border. And this one is button primary. Because it's primary, the border will also be primary. And this is also button, and let's call this, what did I call this other one? This is just button reverse. I think we can just call it reverse. Don't have to worry about the styling here, because we will, what are we going to do? All right, we're going to do the color is also primary, but the background is going to be white. And then the color is going to also be primary. All right, so that's the reverse button. And let's just do this to keep it primary. And then we just know, I'll put a text paragraph. We can generate any kind of button by adding the background or text color class to the button. Right. So with the primary button, again, primary, it's just going to go with the primary color. Oh. And primary primary border, and then the color is white. Oh, let's just hit the white. And maybe, do we want to do a secondary? Maybe. So we got the same thing. What's the secondary color? Yeah, it's tough. Now this one, whether the color is going to pass or not. Like white, that's going to fail big time. Yeah, it all depends. My goodness. It really depends on the colors. Let's keep it white for now. For the secondary. And then we also need to add some animations as well too, or some hover effects for these buttons. And do we want to do that in here? So in this button thing, let's oh, this is the paragraph, eh? Yeah, you're gonna be crazy. And let's add a small little spacing in between them. A heading. That's going to be buttons. But what heading? We're H2. H2. I don't like this. I like everything being inside where it needs to be, which means we are going to remove that, and we're going to do just something very simple and straightforward. Flex. I mean, that might even be something that we might use, so that, well, actually, I don't know if we'll use it. Oh, excuse me. Let's just use one of our utilities so we can have that. Okay. Same thing here. Look at that. Okay. Yeah. What else could we look? Let's see if we can get a little bit of inspiration here. How do I think I should have an account. No. I think it's not in this browser, which would be why. All right. Sign in. Okay. Where am I? Here we go. Let's look at style guide sample. Let's see if anything catches our eye. Is that it? Okay. Well, things are displayed here to kind of look good, but then when you want to get in, just kind of look, doesn't say too much. Oh, this looks like the same thing. Design components. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of cool. Though I don't know if this is more of something that was done in like Figma, or if this is something that is actually, designed, like this is displayed in HTML. I like this. Okay, that's a little different. Right, this is interesting because then it'll give you like different buttons, like button big, button small. I think though, that's when you're getting into individual style guides, like when it's a completed project. But I wonder if that's valuable to start here. I don't know. Because also a button with an icon is going to be different from a button that's just a button in Webflow. Because in a Webflow element, in a button, like if we go here, you can't put anything in here, right? Like you can't put in a text inside. I don't even think you can even put in like an icon. I don't even have icons. But you can't put in an image. Like you can't put anything in. All you get is this button, and that's it. So the only way to make anything like this is to use like a link block in Webflow, as far as I know. But that's a cool idea. Let's keep going. So style guide, that's different than a brand guide. Oh, like this is so many colors. Starter style UI kit. Yeah, there's regular bold. It's too much. Oh my goodness. Like, what does it say? How do you zoom in on this thing? Oh, this is error messages, warning, success. Oh my goodness. Why are there so many colors? Although this is cool, but I mean, God, so many colors. What do we got here? It's just showing, yeah, okay. And then the colors, yeah. So, I wonder, HTML. It's just giving me the same thing. Right. So the question I think is going to be how in depth do I want to be with styling a bunch of kind of utility things? Because like font size extra large. It's funny because I think of how I work. I generally don't work this way, or I haven't in the past, which could be a problem. So maybe something I just need to rework into my memory. That instead of creating different classes for font sizes, I just throw on these, X large, small, medium, what have you, and just set it once within the style guide, and then it's done. And then I could invoke it wherever I am. And then, which is kind of why I like to stick with EM font sizes instead of REM, relative units, because then it's just, I know what size it's going to be to the overall document, not what's contained. So let me see, using REM versus EM. So I like pixel, like, yeah, they scale better. EM and relative length, yeah. So EM is a unit relative to the font size of the parent element. Have I been doing it reversed this whole time? Oh, the font of the parent element, while REM relative to the font size of an 8. Oh, okay. Let me think. Both these are scalable relative to a set value. So I thought this EM is relative to the font size of basically the HTML element, like the whole website itself, right? Because you can set like a body tag, you set it to like 16 pixels, and then everything is relative to that 16 pixels. So 1 EM is 16 pixels, and 2 EM would be 32 pixels. But if you set a div tag to be, say, 2 EM, which is 36 pixels, and if you set something underneath that to be 1 EM, the question is it going to be double that, or is it going to be relative to its parent, right? I'm gonna have to test this out. Let me read a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna write different ways the browser can to the root font size of the HTML. Okay, I have it reversed. I thought it was the other way around. So I need to change everything to use REMs instead of EMs now. And when the root size is not explicitly set. Right. Follow module scale. Yeah, EM child. EM child is 2 EMs. Yeah, it keeps doubling. But REM, right. They're just always going to be 2 REM. Right. I've always done this, but now it's REM. I've just been doing it all wrong. All right. Well, there we go. So I'm gonna have to change everything. Everything. Because this body, well, if we go to the 8, it's not on the even HTML, but it's the body. Oh, you know what? No, that's not the good way to go about it. Okay, which makes sense now why this is all messed up. Because, yeah, it's going to have to be like the same as this. It's all coming together now. Why does this have a class of heading attached to it? No, I just did H1. I feel like that needs even to have more of a line height. Okay. In fact, let's see. I think 3 would be good. 2.5, 1.75. REM, 1.5. REM. And all H6. There we go. All paragraph styles. Yeah, that makes sense. Block quote. All block quotes. Two. Extra large. 2.5. Oop. Large font. Medium. 1.5. small. I would say 1. Yeah, 1.25, a little bit more. Okay. Extra small. And this one we can go down to 1. Okay, list. All unordered list. Okay, that's it there. And then all list items. All relative. Okay. And right, so all ordered lists. REM. Oh, and this is all headings nested inside a rich text. Everything is kind of staying as it should. Which is, yeah, all block quotes with enriched text. Okay, yeah, that needs to stay there. Okay, none of these have any EM stuff associated with them. Nope. Although the buttons do right here. Point, 1.5. Oh, what did I do? Okay. I want to know, let's see. HTML guide examples. Oh my goodness. Old school MailChimp. What is this? Stockads.io. Okay. This looks old. A list apart though. Interesting. Can I even click on anything here? Oh, this can. What is this? No, these guys haven't coded or posted in a long time. Content model is not a design system. Okay, now it's not the time to read. Oh, what am I pressing? No, that's not what I wanted. BuzzFeed style guide. That one does not, is it, that can't be up anymore, can it? That's got a 404, no? Still up. All right. Thought they were going out of business. No, I got some highlight stuff. Oh, right. Things like input elements would be kind of cool to have. Grids. Alerts. Yeah. Are these buttons? Button primary, button secondary, tertiary, Twitter, Facebook. SVG, interesting. Cool. Well, this is a nice style guide. This is old. Looks. But cool. Yeah. Very old. This is some Figma. Oh my, lots of different themes. Crazy. Okay. Not quite finding what I'm looking for, but yeah. So I need to clean this up at some point. Let's see if I can find some other Webflow style guides. Interesting. Let's see how other people have done some style guides. Structure layout. Right. So that's more of just how to make it look good, which is fine, which is something that we're going to do. Oh, and they have this thing here too. Let's see if we can. I don't want to clone it. Can I just see it? I've reached my limit. Right. I think I can only have 10. Okay, these are all the sites. Don't need to see that. The best style guide websites. Well, let's see. Starter project. Can I view? Open live site. Text size, large, medium, small. Yeah. I guess you gotta find out what's gonna work for me. Okay. What else we got? This one looks interesting. Open live site. Having a paragraph, small, quote, list, link, rich text, colors, buttons. Yeah, and just having grids. That's Text boxes to through the website for section header. Forms, yep. Well, that's nice. Tabs, oh yeah, those will be good things to style as well too. Oh, this is interesting. This is a nice way to go about it. It's designed really nicely, or just laid out nicely. Just very minimal. I like it. I like it. This looks quite busy. What is going on here? It's a CSS framework. Edit the color in the Webflow palette, not the class. Tablet classes are tertiary colors. Oh my god, interesting. X padding. Okay. And a tablet, yeah. Button primary. This is exactly what I did, but they got tertiary, quaternary. Oh, that's interesting. Inverted different ones too. I think it's too many buttons, too many things. It's like I think you should let. See what it does for columns. Column, 3 column. So like I think it should, for me, it should be minimal. The style guide should be minimal. And then when you're deploying it into an actual project, whatever the project needs, you can start defining the different types of buttons you're going to need. I don't think you should bloat your style guide any more than it needs to be, except for giving the basics, like the primary button and like the inverted button. Even having a secondary one is kind of stupid. Might not make any more sense. Like a solid and an inverted, and then you can go from there in whatever project you're doing. And if you want to have buttons with different colors or whatever, that's for that individual project, not for the whole style guide itself. Yeah. So I'm just gonna make a note of like things that I want to do next. Where should I put that? Yeah. So having this secondary. I mean, I guess we can keep that if that's going to be common. Okay, so buttons. So let's go. Let's go with the list. Actually, instead of doing a list, let's do, this will be better. And I'm going to just call this things left to do. And come on. Okay. Elements. Tabs. Form. Forms. layout grid. And then of course layout and style the style guide itself. Identify the classes associated with each style, so that the user know how to apply it in their project. So I wonder, like X large, because if I did a paragraph and I go X large, that should up the font, and it definitely does. Okay. And that goes for anything, but this extra small, yeah. Or X large just goes to 2. And if it's just large, it'll just stay the same, right? All right. Can you do the same thing for headings? So if I made this small, yeah, it goes to 0.875. Okay. So that's good to know. So sizing could just be controlled by X large to small, and maybe I can make more of those. Like double XL. Right. Okay. Have each element. So lists, buttons, colors, etc. Okay. Sorry, got a few messages here. Just take a look at. Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to leave it at here today. And hopefully we can finalize this tomorrow. We should be able to. So we're just going to have to lay it out nicely and put in a nice menu structure or something like that for people to see, or just maybe just having different people can just scroll. Whoever can just scroll through. Yeah. And just super minimal. But hopefully useful. So yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to think about what should be needed for the grid and how to make those, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just have a grid section and just have different pieces in the grid. The question is, am I going to use that for layouts or not? Unclear. Maybe. Yeah, but also maybe not. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna end it there. So thank you so much for watching. And tomorrow we're gonna try to finish this guide. We should be able to finish it tomorrow. I'm hopeful. If not by Friday for sure. Yeah, because tomorrow is Thursday. Yes. So by the end of the week for sure, we're gonna finish the style guide. And then if you want it, and then I don't know, try to post it online somewhere, so you can have a look. All right. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. And as always, we will see you back here with a new stream tomorrow. Have a good one.